Yes, sir. This is the live viewing of Raider Reaction. Yes, sir. Line is forming to the right. VIP line is to the left. Yes, go ahead and please give me your name. I'll check to see if you're on the VIP list. Yes, line is to the right. Yes, this is a live viewing of Raider Reaction. Raider Nation Report, hosted by the Commish, is tonight. Every Tuesday, you should know that, sir. Line is to the right. VIP, if your name is on the list, please get in the line to the left. Folks, please, smoking, cigarettes, blunts, what have you, please step away from the door. I don't mind what you're smoking, just can't have it filtering in. Please step back. Yes, there is a full bar inside, sir. Once you get in, doors will be open soon, yes. Takes a minute. They like to run a tight show. I'm sure you'll be let in soon, sir. Yes, ma'am. VIP will be let in first. You're VIP for a reason. We get it. Hey, man, I just work here, ma'am. Show will be starting soon.
What's up, Raider Nation? I am the Commish, coming to you live, as always, from the friendly confines of Hardcore Challenge Live Studios. And just, where is that, might you ask? Well, it's late in the evening. I know you're probably into the adult beverages, the herbal refreshments. It's been a long motherfucking day. I get it. How about some simple directions, shall we? We're just down the street, past the house, with the boarded up windows. Make sure you stop at the corner and ask my man Joe. He's a gentleman, he's a scholar. Most of all, he's a man of commerce. Slip him what you should. He's gonna point you in the right direction. He's gonna tell you to take a left and then a right. And as you find yourself strolling down the street, minding your own goddamn business, this cool breeze will hit you. It chills you right to your skeletal core, and you'll find yourself asking, was that the autumn wind? Oh, you goddamn right. Should you venture down that deep, dark alley? Well, of course you should. Because what you're going to find at the end is that special little place that we like to call deep behind the enemy line. This is Raider Reaction. And as it is every goddamn Tuesday, unless some shit goes sideways, it's the Raider Nation Report. A solid 60 minutes with yours truly. We got a lot to talk about. All kinds of shit. Apologize, I'm a few minutes late this evening. Son had a baseball game. My oldest son had a baseball game, and team lost, but he played fucking spectacular. So, it's a team sport, but at least in baseball, you can go out there and go for 2 for 3, get 6 stolen bases and score 2 runs and have an awesome game on your own, even though your team loses. But I am here. We got a lot to talk about. Got the Madden League kicking off. If any of you Madden players, we got that kicking off for Raider Reaction this week. The draft's this weekend. We've got all kinds of stuff. The NFL draft in a couple weeks. There's a lot to get into tonight. A lot more details have come out about Derek Carr's contract as well. So, you know we got to get in to a new edition of Used Car Talk as well. So there's a lot to get into tonight. We got a rundown for you. Thank you for joining us. Smash that share button, hit that like button, follow us on all the social media platforms. And that's enough of the foreplay, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into it. We got a lot of juicy topics to talk about. A lot of juicy topics. Yes, and tomorrow is happy 420 to all of you. But a little early, so a couple hours here, about an hour and a half East Coast time. Light it up, smoke it if you got it. But before we get into all the other shit, I'm gonna do a quick plug for our Madden League. If you're playing on the PlayStation format, we got 2 autographed jerseys we are giving away in this year's off-season Madden Challenge. So if you've got the latest version of Madden, you're on PlayStation 4 or 5, because you can play download the 4 version and play it on 5. But we're handing out teams, shells of teams. We are doing a full fantasy draft. You'll be drafting your own team this Sunday. Starts at 9 a.m. Doing a full fantasy draft starting Sunday. So you will be the owner, the freaking general manager, whatever. So message the Raider Reaction Facebook page. Dennis, I see you, brother. I will hit you up. If you are interested, get in. We're adding people in the owners group. It's only a $20 buy-in. We got weekly prizes, flash prizes every week we're giving away. We've got a ton of shit we're giving away. Freaking poker chips from the inaugural year, lanyards, t-shirts, stickers, vintage Raider football cards. Mini helmets. We've got 4 mini helmets we're giving away. There's the 2 autographed jerseys. One's Fred Biletnikoff. One's Jonathan Abram. Biletnikoff you're going to get if you win the league. We're going to vote a special MVP owner of the league is going to get the Jonathan Abram jersey. Now, you could just be the funniest owner in our owners chat, the best owner just to have in the league, and you could go 0-17, and we still may decide that you're the one that gets that jersey because we're just glad you're in the league. So, simple $20 buy-in that helps us cover the shipping of shipping all these prizes all over the fucking dirt ball. Get in, man. You only got days left. Drafting Sunday. And if you ain't in, got your buy-in by Sunday morning, I don't give a fuck who you are. You ain't getting in. It's over. Fucking we've been trying for a month and a half to fill that bitch. If you ain't got in by then, tough shit. So that's it. It's your last plug, man. You gotta get it. Message the page. Get in. Fuck. Don't miss out. Every Monday's gonna be Madden Monday. We're gonna be televising games on here, doing live calls, all kinds of shit. We're gonna have a lot of fun with it. Oh, here we go. We gotta get knee deep into it, man. But the topic that I bet I've talked about more in the past week. Got to get in to Used Car Talk. Damn. Once again, I'm just going to leave it up there. It's basically going to be a running segment. He's the used car. It is what it is. It's not a derogatory knock. He's got 8 years of tread worn off of him. He is the used car. That's not saying a used car can't get us where we need to go. I'm not saying that. It's not a derogatory term. It's just fact of the matter. Used car talk. Let's get into it. A lot of details have come out about Derek Carr's contract over the course of the past week. And the no trade clause is a little misleading. Little misleading. Now, is there a no trade clause in the contract? Yes, there is. But when you really look at the verbiage of the contract and how it breaks out, you are looking at basically a small raise for 2022 and basically an injury clause kind of over the next season or two. There is the possibility, basically, if Derek Carr does not perform up to the level that this regime thinks he should perform in 2022, there is the possibility to cut bait. Guaranteed money going into the final 3 years of this extension are really non-existent. So, no trade clause? Yeah. Did they cut your ass and not take a fucking goddamn cap hit? No dead hit at all? Yes. That could happen as well. So, yeah, there's no trade clause. But you can find your ass out on the curb looking for a job. 2. Did I think that's going to happen? No. I think you're going to see Derek Carr perform up to the level that I think most of us feel he's going to perform this season. He got paid, and I think he deserved paid. He is ultimately the best option under center for the Las Vegas Raiders for this year, and I believe going forward for the next few years. I think the extension's about the perfect length. I think after that, you have to have some level of success achieved beyond a playoff appearance, or you just got to move on. I don't even know if you don't see it in the next year or two, if you're not making a move to do something before he's all the way out. I think we all agree the stars are aligned with the addition of Devontae Adams. You've got this new life blood pumped in with this new offensive regime that's going to be calling the plays and everything on that side of the ball. I think all of that weighs in the favor of Derek Carr having a very, very successful season. A very successful season. He's continued to rise. Statistically, a quarterback typically doesn't have their best fucking year 8 years in. So you've got a guy who has continued to elevate his game over the past several years. Big elevation in his game through 2020, and I thought an even bigger elevation of his game through 2021. I feel he has continued to get better over the last 3 seasons. A veteran quarterback in the NFL that's still getting better. That's a very, very positive thing. So the people that want to knock Derek Carr, but it's all about stats, it's all about wins. I get it's not about stats, but if you look statistically, and he's continuing to get better, and he's continuing to get better in the areas that people mostly were pointing out that were his issues, he's continuing to get better. He's stronger in the pocket. He doesn't have the happy feet like he used to have a few years ago. He's running with the ball a little more than he has in past years. Everything that's been a criticism and a knock of Derek Carr, he's continues to overcome and move forward. Nice parallel, Chad drew in the comments there. A nice parallel to Rich Gannon. Along the lines, a little bit of Rich Gannon late in the career as you started to see him continue. I mean, obviously, much different career path as Rich Gannon was fucking basically cast off for fucking Elvis Gerbach. How'd that work out for you? Fucking Queefs. Fuck the Chiefs, always. But, yeah, cast off Rich Gannon for Elvis Gerbach. Yeah, that didn't work out for shit. Didn't work out for shit. Now, I've had, I don't know how many people chirping in my fucking ear, like, you said bench Carr. Like, when? Okay, it's been a few seasons ago. Yes, I've been around running my mouth for about working on fucking 6 Raiders seasons now. And there have been points where I've called to bench that motherfucker, that you need to make another move. I get it. But 2022, I sat right here and fucking watched him improve all the way through the season. 2021, watched him improve all the way through the season, go on a run at the end, push this team through adversity, be the leader that they needed them to be, and get them to the postseason. And it's been continued improvement. And still, Derek Carr has this year. But I believe there has to be some level of success achieved this year. You cannot step back. First year in Vegas, you started to make the step. You're just over a 500 team. Started to make the step forward. You're really close to being a playoff team. You got in the playoffs last year. This year, you have to continue the upward rise. Now, there has to be a playoff victory. There has to be some sort of success achieved above and beyond 2021. I believe that has to happen, or you might see some changes made coming into 2023. I don't believe you can see a regression, or there's going to be negative consequences to that. So this is a big year, man. It's a big year. Got the extension. It's a fucking show me contract, man. It's a show me contract. You show me this year that what I seen the last 2 years ain't bullshit, and you're about to get fucking paid. Dion's right, man. The quarterback will always be the fucking... They're always going to get the blame, or they're always going to get the fucking fame and the glory. That's the way it is. You literally hold a job that only 32 people in the world have. And there are so many people dying to hold that fucking position. You can't fuck up. You have to be that good. You have to be held at that type of a standard. That's the type of job you hold. You are the name CEO of that fucking team and franchise when they're out on the field, man. You are the face. You're the first thing any thought of when a team is mentioned. They go to the quarterback. They don't go to the safety. They don't go to the left tackle. You mention any fucking team and the first thing you go to is quarterback. It's a huge year. I think he's ready for it. I really do. I think he's ready for it. I think the last 2 years have set him up mentally to be the leader that this team needs. And I think you just got to sit back and enjoy the ride. Sit back and enjoy the ride. And at the end of the year, if it's not what it should be, there's going to be some tough conversations had. But I don't think it's going to go that way. I really don't. I do believe you're going to see a level of success achieved this season. Is this Super Bowl or bust this year? I mean, I would love to see him in the Super Bowl. I'd love to see him in the AFC Championship game. But honestly, if a level of success is achieved beyond last season, that's a positive thing. That's the way teams typically, you crack into the playoffs. Maybe you don't have a lot of success. The next year you have more success. You know, the Bills they've been on that pattern for a few years. And now they're already on their way back down before they reach the Super Bowl. So you got to continue that rise up. Not peak at the AFC Championship game and then now work your way back down. Got to continue that rise, man. Got to continue that rise. Now, there's not really any news about this, but you've seen all the shit going down and been in the news about AJ Brown. So just maybe start thinking, because you've seen what the Lambs did last year. You already brought in Davante Adams, and now you've got all this AJ Brown. He's a diva. I'm a bad teammate. All of a sudden, do what you have to do then, and so will I. They've probably got a couple months to work on this extension, but there's some bad blood already starting to form between AJ Brown and the Titans. Is there the possibility to swoop in, make some sort of crazy trade, add some another big name wide receiver that's a little disgruntled, like Davante Adams kind of was a little bit as well? Although I think AJ Brown's a little more disgruntled. I think he'll take the cake on that one. Do the Raiders go out? You freed up some cap space with the deal that you made with Carr. Do you go out and try to make one more splash? It's interesting. It's interesting because you've got, not only do you got AJ Brown out there that, you know, maybe you call, maybe, but you've also got these guys as well. You've got a lot of big name free agents out there still on the market. Guys that haven't been signed to a team. Got the Honey Badger there, as I've seen Mario threw up. Got Jadeveon Clowney, that edge rusher. You know, and all these guys, as you see, you know, they're in their late 30s. They've all still got a little tread on the tire. I don't think we want to bring Antonio Brown's fucking lunatic ass in. Rob Gronkowski, you know, he's not going nowhere if he doesn't go back to Tampa. Melvin Gordon, you got no interest in him. Now, Melvin Ingram? I think you're good at center. Julio Jones, is he worth kicking tires? Do you make another big splash and just fucking push all the chips in for this year? I'm not sure. I don't know if it's not a bad idea. I don't know if it's not a bad idea to take another stab. So you got AJ Brown out there. He's disgruntled. Is it not worth the fucking phone call to the Titans and be like, hey man, if that shit starts to go sour, keep me on speed dial. Because we'd be interested. Why not make a fucking another splash move? You seen the Lambs do it? You seen the fucking Buccaneers do it? The last 2 years, teams have went all in and rolled the fucking dice. Why not? Why not? He's disgruntled. There's a good possibility that's going to fucking go south. I'd get in their fucking ear now. I'd get in their ear now. Because the fact is, fuck it. Pitch your case. So at least that way, if it starts to go a little sour, at least they're like, they got that little fucking bird in the back of their head, be like, oh yeah, I remember the Silver Black called. You know? Fuck it, if this dickhead's gonna play hardball, why don't we play hardball with him? Let's get something for him. Because there becomes a point where, you know, sometimes some of these guys will not perform up to the level that you're paying them. So it's better to just get them out. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. But there are a lot of guys out there. You got Honey Badger, Odell Beckham. I don't want that fucking guy. I mean, he's kind of like Antonio Brown light. You know, I don't think I want that guy in house. But there are some moves out there. I think the Raiders should make another splash. I think so. I agree with you, Corey. I think Renfro goes the fuck off. What's up, Wesley? What's up, everybody, man? Thank you all for joining me, as always. I appreciate any second you guys spend with us here at Raider Reaction. We appreciate it. Each and every damn one of you, man. Like, share, smash it out there. We got a lot coming up. So we're working our way back in. We're marking our own little footprint back in this stupid social media market. They kicked us down last year, but that's all right. Fuck it. Delete that page, we'll make another. Delete that Instagram, fuck it, we made another. And now we're making noise on TikTok. Because we can be real stupid on TikTok. But you know, this week, I broke TikTok too. I got fucking slapped with fucking hate speech and bullying and breaking community standards in TikTok. I didn't think they had community standards on TikTok. That's kind of why I wanted to go over there. I thought I could act a fool and be absolutely insane over there. Rip fucking urinals off, fucking throw shit at people driving by in cars. But, nah. Just because I called some donkey fan a window-licking retard, that's hate speech? Come on, man. Come on. Window-licking retard? Is it? That's not hate speech. That's not bullying, is it? Really? I digress. But what's funny, TikTok deleted that video, but I shared it to Instagram, who left it up. I shared it to YouTube, who left it up. I shared it to fucking Twitter, who left it up. And even Facebook left that shit up. Zuckerberg ain't got no problem with window licking retards, but apparently TikTok does. So maybe it's the R word at the end there. Maybe I should remove that from my vocabulary. But I don't know. I'm old school. I've removed so much from my vocabulary over the past decade. That's just what I'm fucking holding on to. Fuck you. Window licking retard ain't going away. That ain't hate speech, goddammit. Fuck you, TikTok. So I had to come make a fucking edit myself and make another video to call him out without the window licking comment. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. That you just can't speak your mind anymore like you want to. It's just a goddamn shame. Just a goddamn shame. Alright, moving along. Riri. I'll just stick with window licker. How about I just go with window licker? I mean, that implies the retarded part. So we'll just go with window licker. That kind of just sums it all up. We know Josh Jacobs is the guy toting the rock for 2020. I don't think, or 2022. I don't think there's any doubt that Josh Jacobs is the guy toting the rock. But there's been a lot of talk about who's going to be the guy behind him. God damn, I forgot to get one of my monitors up. I tell you, fucking slacking. Midgets are slacking. This is one of the high monitors, so it's probably the problem was because the midgets couldn't reach it to turn this one on, so it's alright. So, pat him on the head. Oh, I won't yell at you. Might kick you under the table, but yeah, that's just shit. But Kenyon Drake, I think could be a huge bright spot in this running game. I think you're going to see a little less of Josh Jacobs. I still think he's going to be your guy. I still think he's the guy they're going to lean on. I still think he's your bell cow back. But I'm going to see a little more by committee, as Dennis alluded to there. And this regime that's come in, JMD, the offense that he's run, they like to pass the ball to the running backs, man. You've seen some guys have some just Dion Lewis, James White. You've seen so many guys in the New England offense just have a gigantic impact. I tell you what, man, I carried James White on my fucking team. He was even a keeper in my dynasty league for a couple seasons just because of the way fucking Tom Brady used him and the way Josh McDaniels utilized the running backs in that offense. And with Josh Jacobs, he's a good receiving back as well. But Kenyon Drake, man, I think he could be gigantic. And part of the reason Brandon Bolden was brought over as well is because he works into that set. He's got the old history with a family being in the silver and black. He's kind of a nice addition. Amir Abdallah is he's an interesting add as well. He's fucking bounced a couple spots, but he came in the league as a Lion and a Detroit Lion, not like a lion, literally, rawr. But fucking, he was somebody I really possibly thought could be something. I'd actually drafted him as a rookie on my fantasy team, thinking he was going to be a little more. So he's got a guy that's got some hidden talents as well, although you've kind of seen him just kind of come and level off in the National Football League and not really reach that potential. He's sitting at 4 right now. Now you've got Peyton Barber, who's an unrestricted free agent. After that dumbass fucking shit he did on the special teams play in the Bengals game last year in the postseason, that motherfucker should never wear silver and black again, ever. So don't even consider bringing that fucking guy back. He shouldn't be in your fucking thought process at all. Jalen Richard also out there as an unrestricted free agent. I don't think there's anything for Jalen left in this offense. I think Kenyon Drake is an upgrade of Jalen, and the fact you bring in Brandon Bolden and Amir Abdallah, I think those guys. I think Jalen has rode this train as long as he can. I just don't think he can stick around anymore. Years ago, we were having the DeAndre Washington and Jalen Richard discussion. Jalen he always just kept sticking around, but I think this is the year you're not going to see him back in the silver and black. I really believe that you're going to see a solid number 2. I agree, Mario. It's just too many guys, man. Too many guys. And when you've already got 4 that you've brought in and inked, and Jalen's sitting out there as an unrestricted free agent, not inked, I don't see where he fits in the mix anymore. I just don't. And I haven't seen him elevate his game. He kind of has leveled off. That's the big question mark for Kenyon Drake, is health. It's absolutely health. When he's healthy, he's solid. But we'll see, man. It's going to be very interesting. And don't forget, mixing in this whole running game and everything that's going on, you've got a new fullback as well in Jacob Johnson leading the way. So you're going to have he's going to add some wrinkles as well. Sutton Smith, he's on the roster as fullback as well. So in the backfield, I'm gonna miss Ingold, but I'm interested to see what this other guy can bring to the fold as well. It's going to be interesting. But I think your 1 is Josh Jacobs, and your 1.5 is Kenyon Drake. I think those two are really going to share a lot more of the load than a lot of people think. I think they see the value in Josh Jacobs. And I'm going to carry him a little longer. I don't think they want to kill him this season. I loved Ingold, man. I thought Ingold was one of the top fullbacks in the league, and I think it's a goddamn shame that he's a fucking Dolphin now. It's a fucking shame, but you know, it is what it is. You can't keep everybody. But he was one I really wanted to stay. He embodied and loved being a Raider, and I think it would have been nice for him to stick around. Oh man, how many of you watched the crappy USF football this weekend? So you got spring ball is back. Spring football is back. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because, honestly, it ain't worth spending a lot of fucking time on. But it was in the news, and the fact is, basically, they're trying to become developmental leagues for the National Football League, which I don't think is necessarily a bad idea. There should be a place for players to go to continue to try to get better if they don't make it on an NFL franchise. Because, honestly, there's very few spots, man, to try to get on a team. When you get down to these, 53 plus spots that your final rosters, there's a draft class of new studs that's coming out of college every year. You got all the veterans that are trying to hold on. It's hard for new guys to sometimes get a foothold. And there's some guys that just barely don't make it. And then maybe if they just barely don't make it and then they really ball out in one of these spring leagues, there's going to be a couple guys that elevate and catapult themselves into the National Football League by using these. So I don't think they're necessarily a bad idea, but you've got to temper yourself a little bit. You can't come out like fucking Vince McMahon's fucking ass clown ass and like you're going to go toe to toe with the fucking NFL and we're going to do it better and blah, 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 blah. And then fucking trip over your dick and fall flat on your face like they've done twice now. Okay, The Rock's picked that up and he's trying to fucking bring that back to life next year. But this year, and you had the AAF that fucking failed. They didn't even make it through a fucking season. And that was a shit show. So this year, an 8-team league, the USFL, they're trying to bring back a team that existed for 3 seasons back in the early 80s. And so you're trying to grab a little nostalgia, bringing teams like Tampa Bay Bandits back and the Breakers. And, you're trying to bring some of these teams back that had a little bit of, I guess, a following for 3 seasons back in the fucking day. When Burt Reynolds owned the fucking was part owner of the Tampa Bay Bandits. So, I get it, but they're playing the entire fucking league in Birmingham, Alabama. I mean, not exactly a metropolis. Obviously, they gave away lots of fucking free tickets at the fucking donut shop because the Saturday night game actually looked half-ass full, but the Sunday games and then the Monday night games, there was nobody in them fucking stands, man. You're seeing the helmet cam a pick 6 while somebody's taking it into the end zone and there's not a fucking soul in that end zone. Not even one motherfucker. Nobody. Empty. Empty like my head. There was nobody in the fucking end zone. It's ridiculous. We're a couple Raiders, old Raiders, that showed out, I guess. Shalom Luwani. The one receiver, what the hell was his name? See how it doesn't matter. He caught a touchdown for somebody. I don't remember. Doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. It's a scab league. But there was a lot of references to Raiders. One guy tried out as a Raider. Okay. I mean, you weren't even drafted. You just came and tried out once. But my son's watching. He's like, man, it's like, they'll mention anything. If they fucking walked past a fucking NFL office once, it'd be like, he was close to being a Lion. No, he didn't. He just walked past the office. Is there anything they can do to mention an NFL franchise to try to legitimize any of their players? They will. Then the big news about the XFL that came out this week is they're partnering with the National Football League to be a true developmental league and blah, blah, blah. No. They didn't partner with the National Football League. They partnered with National Football League Alumni Association, which is a whole different fucking thing. It's another little club of fucking players that kind of got into the NFL but didn't really make it. And then these guys want to have another little avenue to get you out and get you a job. That's what that is, okay? It's not partnering with the National Football League to be like their fucking farm system. Whoever thought that's the case, that is not what's happened. That is not the case at all. Both of these leagues are trying to do everything they can. If the USFL comes out and has any success, it could cause a little trouble for the XFL who's trying to jump off next year. It's just, both these guys are grasping at fucking straws. The USFL games, I watched about half of them, and it was bad defense, bad offense. A couple of them got a little exciting at the end, but it is what it is, man. They're $10 tickets, and there were no asses in the seats. for $10 tickets in Birmingham, Alabama. I don't even know. That's the other league. See, I haven't spent any time looking into that league, although I saw Terrell Owens caught a touchdown in the fan-controlled football league, which looks like some bastardized version of arena football, where the fans can like log into some app and fucking help choose plays and shit and help draft. I don't know what the fuck's up with that. That sounds like Madden on crack to me. I haven't had a chance to look into that one, but it's sad. It's sad. The fact of the matter is, none of these leagues can be anything but scabs. It's just impossible. I mean, let's take the New Orleans Breakers. Let's say Joe Schmo fucking comes out and fucking lights it up for the New Orleans Breakers. He's the running back and he has an amazing year. What happens? Everybody's running out, they're buying his fucking jersey, blah, 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 blah. Next year, he's in the National Football League. And now you got some bum back there at running back. And it's what happens every year. If there's anybody worth a fuck, if you find a diamond for your franchise, for your spring league, he's going to get a real job in the fall. And then you don't have him the next spring. So how's it sustainable? You're just going to have a bunch of fucking young guys trying to get into the fucking National Football League every single year. I don't see how that's sustainable, man. How that's sustainable to have a fan base cheer for that. How can you build a fan base around that? About a bunch of fucking wannabes. I just don't understand how that is a sustainable product. You can't sell me on that. How that's a sustainable product. That's going to go on for years and years. Because they need a minor league so fucking bad. The thing is, man, I get it. Sure, the NFL could use a minor league. But you got to figure out how to make money doing it. That's the bottom fucking line. If you can't make money doing it, you can't sell merch. Half of sports and having a franchise is the motherfucking merch, man. It's the merch. Raiders are the fucking tops in merch, even when they suck. And if you can't sell merchandise because you ain't got star players, I mean, I just don't get it, man. I don't get it. I sat through an XFL game in the first season, one of the Tampa Bay Vipers games, and it was literally the worst game of live football I ever watched in my life. It was so bad, man. It was so bad. It wasn't a good product. And what I've seen from the USFL, it ain't much fucking different. But we'll see. Moving on to a real football league. Let's jump back in the National Football League, shall we? The AFC West. This division is going to be, I think, the cream of the crop in the National Football League this year. You've got Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Derek Carr. This is a loaded fucking division, man, and all of these teams are trying to load up. The Donkeys are still, I believe, at the bottom. The Chargers have loaded up as well. They've loaded up on defense. They've tried to load up on offense. The Chiefs are falling apart a little bit. They've lost some key pieces. The Chiefs are going to be interesting, but unfortunately, as much as I hate the motherfucker, Mahomes is still under center. Kelsey's still their tight end, and they've still got some talent around the wide receiver position, and the guy can make some things happen. They've got running backs. They've still got a Hall of Fame coach. They're going to be a fucking burr in the ass of the Raiders for a minute. But they're not the fucking team they were last year. They took some fucking shots on the chin this offseason. Namely, the loss of fucking Tyreek Hill. And we called it, man. We called it a couple seasons ago. The fucking Queefs were going to be on their way down. They fucking paid. You went out, won a Super Bowl, and then you paid way too much. You went and fucking set Mahomes up with this fucking contract that's going to fucking bury this team going forward. And I'm telling you, this team is not. Dynasty was thrown around way too fucking soon when you're talking about Kansas City. Way too soon. People started throwing that fucking name around way too fucking soon. That's damn sure. So, AFC West. How do I see it breaking out? I think you go to Kansas City. I think you're going to split with the Queefs. So you're going to be 1-1 with Kansas City. I really hope they can get that one in Arrowhead. As much as it's nice to beat them at home, man, I want to see the Queefs go down in Kansas City. I think that hurts them a lot. Play them tough in Vegas, beat them in KC. It's going to go 1-1. Sparklers. I think the Sparklers are 1-1 as well. I think they're going to split with the Sparklers as well. 1-1. But I think you sweep the Donkeys. I think you absolutely sweep the Donkeys. So what's that? Simple math. 4-2 in the AFC West. 4-2. And I think that puts you right in. I think that puts you in the discussion. I think that does. I think the Queefs, I mean, look what the Queefs are going to do. I think the Queefs will split with the Chokers as well. Sparklers, Chokers. I haven't decided which is my favorite yet. I kind of like Sparklers. I've been leaning towards that the last couple seasons. So they could, I think they fucking sweep the Donkeys as well. So there's a good possibility Kansas City ends up at 4-2. You guys are tied atop the AFC West, which makes things interesting. You could possibly get a division crown. Yes, it is another 17. Yes, that's it forever, Mario. That's it forever until they add that 18th game, which they will. That's what they want. That's what they've wanted for fucking seasons. This was like a foot in the door. This was a foot in the door. The owners have wanted an 18-game season for a very, very long time. That's what they wanted. They wanted to drop down to 2 preseason games and get the 2 extra games where they make a lot more fucking revenue. And that's what they've wanted. And right now, with the 17-game season, it's wonky. You can't have the same even and away games. It just makes things screwy. So they need to have. You watch. It ain't going to be but another fucking 2 years. Bet. You're going to get that 18th game. But yes, 17 again this year. You got a tough schedule. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's look at that. Let's look at that schedule. I've heard how tough this schedule is too. And I don't know. I'm not 100. I don't know what I think. Let's take a peek at that. Because I don't think it's as tough as some people are making it out to be. Because let's look at the other teams that you got to play. Okay, well, let's look at the home games. You're playing the Cardinals at home. Cardinals got a lot of hype around them. But, you know, the midget's not happy. Are they going to make the midget happy? They're going to pat him on the head? What are they going to do? Slip the midget some chocolate. What are they going to do? They're going to make him happy? Because if he comes in disgruntled. And the Cardinals are a big fucking question mark anyway. Texans, they just sent their fucking Mr. Massage Boy. He's a Brown now. They ain't going to do shit this year. Nah. You think the Colts are going to do anything with Matt Ryan? Are you worried about the Colts and Matt Ryan? I'm not worried about the Colts and Matt Ryan. Are you worried about the Patriots and Mac Jones? You know, their coaching staff. The Patriots just got disassembled. Half the motherfuckers are in Vegas now. Are you worried about the Niners? The Niners have came out and said they're going to sit Garoppolo. It's going to be Trey Lance's year. You watch. Jimmy Pornstar is going to go to the bench. So that's a big fucking. You don't know nothing. What's Trey Lance going to do? The Jaguars? Are you scared of the Jags? They're nobody to be afraid of. The Lambs you should be concerned about. That could be an L. That's one of the ones I'm picking as an L. Saints? Oh, fucking famous Jameis Crab Legs? You worried about them? I'm not worried about them. The Steelers? Who the fuck the Steelers? Who's playing quarterback there? I mean, Haskins was supposed to be possibly one of the guys. I mean, that was a tragedy. They lost him. I mean, who's going to be the guy now? Do you go with the other fucking scabs they have? A.J. Brown's pissed off in Tennessee. Do you believe in Tannehill that much? Does he scare you? The bitch pigeons just they're fucking falling the fuck apart. Russell Wilson left house. I mean, so is it really that tough of a schedule? You look at a lot of these teams, man, and they are at Crossroads City, baby. They don't know where they're going. They don't know which direction they're fucking going. A lot of these motherfuckers this season. There's a lot of quarterbacks flux in this league, and the Raiders play a lot of them in 2022. To me, the schedule, I'm telling you, that schedule looks good. You show me how that motherfucker lines up. I want to see it. I can't wait. Show me the East and West and, what your back-to-back games are and how many road games you got and home games and all that shit. I can't wait to see the actual schedule. Because, man, it could line up where you could get fucking 3-4 games. You could get a first month of games that are all very fucking winnable. You could have a month of opponents in the first month of your season that are all new quarterbacks on new teams and new systems and ain't even got figured out which way's up yet. That's reality. You could end up with fucking Matt Ryan in the Colts and fucking the Texans. And, a lot of these teams, the Steelers, these guys are lost right now, man. They're trying to find their way. I agree. I think it's the Bills and the Queefs. The Bills, I'm not sold on the Bills. AFC Championship 2 years ago, a step down last year. I'm not sold on the Bills. They've got tools, but they've also showed me they are absolutely fucking Buffalo still. And when they get to the postseason, they got troubles. And I don't know if that team, even if they had home field advantage, it may be a detriment to that team. Because they're built on speed a little bit. I don't know. I can see a fall off for the Bills this year. I really could. I agree, Chad. And it's hard looking at the schedule right now because you cannot gauge a schedule without seeing how it's actually plugged in on a calendar. How much traveling between games, or you got back-to-back road games, or you playing on this team on a short week. There's so much that goes into a schedule that you can't. You got to sit down and look through a schedule after you've been given the whole thing. Where's the bye week land? Where's your divisional games? All that shit, man. All that. And the last game is a divisional game now, the way they've set it all up. So it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting in the AFC West this season, for damn sure. It's going to be interesting. But I'm calling 4-2, man. I'm calling 4-2. I think a split with the Sparklers, a split with the Queefs, and you sweep the Donkeys. There's gonna be a donkey beat down. There will be donkey down. Donkey down. Oh yeah. All right. Let's get back into this shit. It's that time of the show. And the other two, John and Raymond, yours are en route. You'll be having them soon. Our last two fan of the weeks, but it's that time that we like to turn the spotlight back on you. Select a fan of the week. If you would like to be fan of the week on Raider Reaction on the Raider Nation Report on Tuesdays, all you have to do, send a little photo of yourself rocking your silver and black gear, and tell us why you should be fan of the week. We're not going to question you. If you send in a picture rocking silver and black and you tell us why you should be fan of the week, then you're probably going to be fan of the week. Send it to our website. Send it to our Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter, fucking Uber, Midget Telegram. Run it up to our door. Whatever you got to do. And we will put you on for fan of the week because y'all slacked. Y'all slackers this week. I didn't get nobody for fan of the week this week. So I will be giving out no prizes this week, but I want to give some out next week. So if you'd like to be fan of the week on the Raider Nation Report, send your stuff in and we'll send you a swag pack like we're going to send Raymond and John, our last two fans of the week. So don't miss out. All you got to do the work though. I'm not just picking one. No. You have to nominate yourself. This is your own Grammy, your own Emmy. You nominate your goddamn self. I'm not nominated. All right. Moving on. Next big thing that is really on the calendar is the 2022 draft that is coming up here very, very soon. What? Not even 2 weeks away, really, is it? Jesus. It's coming quick, man. Coming quick. Who's going to be the new Raider born? Are they going to make a move? Are they going to move up? Are there going to be any trades? I've heard there might be a possibility that the Raiders may want to trade up and get into that second round. Anything's possible. But right now, all that we know is what we know. Number 86, 126, 164, and 227. That's all we know. So, first night or so of the draft is going to be a little boring for the silver and black. So, you can just get lit. You don't have to pay attention to shit. Fuck it. Have a good time. That's what I'm going to do. I'll probably do a live draft special like I usually do, but it's just not going to be quite as exciting. It's just not. But where do you go with the 86th pick? Offensive line? I think offensive line would be maybe not a bad possibility at 86. Maybe look at a little more depth at linebacker, possibly. Look at the defensive line. I don't know, where would you like to see them go with this 86th pick? I think there's a lot of directions that this team could go. There's definitely going to be some talent added in the 2022 draft. I keep hearing these rumors about a Waller trade too, Chad. I don't understand it. I don't get it. How could you not want Waller worked in the plan? He's literally one of the top 3 tight ends in the entire league. You could make an argument for him being 1 or 2. I don't get it. I don't get that either. It's stupid fucking rumors. I would be shocked as fuck, man. If they moved Waller, I would be stunned. That would stunned. I wouldn't know what to say. I'd be like, oh, damn. Be shocked. That would be shocking. But I don't think that's gonna happen. But draft, man, I offensive line is probably your biggest concern, I would say, right now. Although I don't think it's as bad as everybody makes it out to be. Center, Andre James really filled in well last year. You've got your bookend protecting your quarterback's blind side in Colton Miller, who's solid. You got to fill in that left guard spot. It'll possibly Denzel Good sliding in to fill that spot. You got Illuminor back in. Leatherwood, that big mystery. You still got Brandon Parker, who's got a nice vote of confidence from the new regime. So there's still. I know it's not the line that we had hoped to had a couple years ago. It seems like it's gotten a little less, but I still have high hopes for this offensive line being able to put some things together. Denzel Good, to me, is like a Swiss Army knife, man. He can play anywhere up and down that line. He'll fill in for you. The key to me, really, is Alex Leatherwood, man. That guy needs to be the bookend that he was supposed to be, that you jumped up and got in the draft last year. He needs to be the tackle he was supposed to be and not be a fucking guard. And he needs to cut down on the false starts and penalties this year. Have a big step up like Colton Miller did from year 1 to year 2. And man, I think I think that you can see a nice rise from this offensive line this year. I really do. Maybe I'm being a little optimistic, but it's health, man. It really comes down to health. Health and Alex Leatherwood. Those are the 2 big variables for this line, man. Alex Leatherwood needs to be the bookend, the other side of Colton Miller that he was supposed to be. That's why they jumped up to get him. They were sure he was the guy. I'm still not sure that he's not the guy. We all questioned Colton Miller after year 1, too. So, let's clean some shit up, clean up them bad penalties, and might not be in as bad a shape as we all thought. All right. It's that time of the show, ladies and gentlemen. It's the time of the show. It's the final segment. It's a little segment that we like to call. Now, like I told you guys earlier, been trying to tap into TikTok a little bit, and I'm kind of enjoying the TikTok. I like the banter over there. I like the shit talk over there. Other fans, other fan bases, and kind of missing some of the fire that I used to get in shows from other fan bases back in the day when we first started this. I'm kind of getting, it's kind of like that. It's nostalgic over there on TikTok. But what I've noticed is I'm getting these same fan bases keep popping up, and the fan bases talking the most fucking shit and talking the most smack are motherfuckers that really shouldn't be. Really shouldn't be. A lot of Bengals, a lot of Bills, a lot of motherfuckers who are sitting on the kiddie table. So I feel we need to remind a little bit of what the kiddie table is and what it's all about. Now, you know, it's great that you may have made it in to the postseason last year, or you may have done this, or you may have did that. But the fact of the matter is, if your ass is still sitting on the kiddie table and you've never hoisted a Lombardi trophy, you're still just an NFL choke artist, and you should really shut the fuck up. Nobody cares that the Bengals made it to the Super Bowl last year. Why? Because you just made it and lost again. Nobody cares that the Bills made it deep into the playoffs again. Why? Because you just got there and lost a fucking again. Nobody cares that the Browns have had any success over the past couple years. Why? Because you just got there and lost a fucking again. Nobody gives a fuck until you raise the Lombardi trophy. You fucking kiddie table dwelling motherfuckers. You need to understand your place. It's like the family reunion. If you haven't hoisted a Lombardi trophy, you take your ass over in the corner, sit down at the kiddie table, be seen, not heard. Enjoy your little fucking separated fucking styrofoam plate with all your little goodies on it, but we don't want to see you and we don't want to hear your ass. Until you're hoisting a trophy and you're wearing some jewelry, shut the fuck up. I don't care how rusty the Raiders rings are. I don't care how dusty the trophies are. We've got 3 sitting in the headquarters of Raider Nation. There's 3 Lombardi trophies sitting there. And if you're one of these motherfuckers, just shut the fuck up and understand where you really belong in NFL lore. Because you're probably just a punchline. What the fuck? If you haven't joined the official group of Raider Reaction, do so. Follow us on all of our social media platforms. And don't miss out. TikTok Thursday. I will be live on TikTok on Thursday taking fucking questions and comments. I take them all live. I come in with no fucking plan, no script, no whatever. I just sit down in the fucking chair, turn the motherfucker on and say, what's up? And it got fucking pretty off the chain for the last one with Bills fans and everybody else up in there. So let's have some silver and black in there to have my back. TikTok Thursday. I'll see you there. That'll be the next time you see my ugly mug. Until then, I'm out. Peace. Love. Raider Nation.